Hello there and welcome back to the channel. This is Mel's Gaming here with another The Hunter Call of the Wild video. Now this video is going to be a little update on what has actually been released today with this new patch that came out. It is live on Xbox, PlayStation and Steam. It's all platforms live at the same time earlier today. And I've been out taking a look at some stuff and there's some really interesting things that have come along with this update. But we're going to start off, I'm going to read through the patch notes that were posted into the Discord so that you guys know exactly what has been said there. So, Call of the Wild Apex Update PC 1.70/PS4 1.64/Xbox One 1.0.0.67. New features. Introducing Apex Connect. With Apex Connect, you become part of our special circle of friends. Sign up for in-game rewards, unique game features, and never miss an update. Read the full FAQ here, which I will post the FAQ in the description for this video if you guys want to see that. There's also a new Great One roaming certain reserves. Did someone say hints? Find them to discover what the next DLC might be. So there is a Great One out now that was part of this update. There is a brand new Great One, which we have been told is on Awaroa and Hirschfelden, hence why I'm on Hirschfelden. I have been literally running around checking all of my fallow deer and red deer, trying to basically just see what has and hasn't been reset. But moving on, share your search with us here on the social media. Improvements. To avoid confusion with certain key actions while having the hunting dog by your side, PC keybinds now indicate when a long press is needed in the settings menu. Hashtag not a bug. We've removed the mission advance waiting time for the mission Y También Hermano after interacting with the diary in the Rancho del Arroyo Reserve. We've reduced the amount of shotgun score required to purchase 12-gauge birdshot ammo. Players have the option to customize the spotting outline color for animals spotted by other users in multiplayer sessions. Considerations. This update will reset some animal populations. This includes, but is not limited to, the collared peccary, the Rio Grande turkey, and the ring-necked pheasant. Bug fixes. Being unable to shoot with the Cotw 1897 shotgun in aim mode if you fired with another gun before has now been resolved. Particle effect fixes, fire and animal tracks. Previously missing fire particle effects in specific missions should now play. Animal track particle effects should now appear and play properly. Trophy Lodge stability adjustments and fixes. Creating a multiplayer Trophy Lodge that was already visited in single player no longer crashes the game. Joining a multiplayer Trophy Lodge will now load properly. Additional updates. Animals and environment. The Mexican bobcats will no longer become stuck in an animation loop at drinking zones near the lake in Rancho del Arroyo Reserve. Your dog will not continue to growl when near a freshly shot animal, and turkeys and pheasants will not land on or below water when flying across lakes. Weapons, gear and character. Sorry, not sorry. We fixed the issue where a player could continue to fire even after running out of ammo for weapons like the Coachmate Lever 4570, the Whitlock Model 86 and the Fosco 357. Jazz hands. The bug where only your character's hands appeared during a death animation while riding an ATV and after getting damage from a cacti has been fixed. User interface and multiplayer. Ammunition now shows up in your inventory quick access menu as designed after running out and purchasing more. The Collared Peccary Codex entry now displays the correct recommended ammo type. The Scent Eliminator and First Aid Kit now show their correct icons in the player HUD when equipped, and various crash fixes in multiplayer. So let's take a look at the Apex Connect stuff to start off with. This is the new load screen or home screen for Call of the Wild. You can see that up in the top right there is the Apex Connect information, saying your username and saying that you are logged in. And when you sign in, you'll get this Welcome to Avalanche Apex Connect. Sign in with your Avalanche Apex Connect account or create one to use online features and get access to limited content. And once you have made your account, you'll say you have been successfully created and you've unlocked features and the following items. You have unlocked crossplay invites and ghillie suits. Now, basically what that means is that in the game itself, you will get a reward of 3 different ghillie suits that you can now use for your character. There's also some really nice user interface changes. Like you can see on the Huntermate, the text has been made bigger, and you can see here there's now a completely different layout for where the skill points, perk points, your level, XP and cash all is displayed. Everything else in the shop looks pretty normal, but it is nice, I think, having this UI change. It for me especially, I don't have the best eyesight in the world, and I find that this is much easier to actually see, especially with the text on the Huntermate being bigger. I find that a really, really nice change, so I thought that that would be something worth mentioning. But everything else in the shop that I saw looks pretty normal, pretty much the same as it was before. But if we go to the character, you can now see that in the clothing you can get these different ghillie suits. So there is 3, there's the dry grass, the tundra and the woodland. I really like the woodland green colour, which is really, really nice. You can see it doesn't give you any increased visibility or any increased noise, it is just cosmetic, the same as the other outfits. But they actually look really nice. I'm a big fan of the ghillie suits, and I will be wearing one in the video. They look really good with the gloves as well. It's really, really nice. So this is probably what I will be wearing now in future. I just really like how these look. And it's really nice that the ghillie suits are now more of an accessible thing for everyone. Way, way back, there was a ghillie suit that was a very exclusive thing that only a few people have. So it's nice to actually be able to have this ghillie suit for someone that didn't have access to that at the time. You can see the gloves look really, really nice for it, and you do have sort of the grass foliage detail on it as well. Inventory and everything else looks the same, just with the slightly different user interface that I mentioned with the shop, but it looks really, really good, and yeah. So let's go and check out some of the other new things. So one of the things that was mentioned in the bug fixes list is this, that we finally have the particle effect back on tracks. This is really kind of game changing to have these back, because it makes tracking small game so much easier. However, I have noticed that with the tracks, they are harder to pick up. You can't really pick them up when running as easily as you could before. So I hope that they do change that back. But other than that, everything else seems really good. The game seems very stable, I didn't have any crashes, and it runs very smoothly. It also feels a lot more crisp. But everyone is most excited, I feel, for the Great One that has been added. Now, as I mentioned before, we know it is a Great One now. They have said as much in the patch notes, and we know from the previous clue that it is on Awaroa and Hirschfelden. Now, I have been running around my maps this morning since this update dropped, and I have basically been through at least most of my population of fallow deer now on Awaroa, and I found something very interesting. They haven't reset the zones. The zones were as they were before, but where I had sort of empty zones where deer weren't showing up, there's now full herds, which tipped me off to the fact that maybe they had maybe reset the fallow deer population. Now, they did say that they've reset a number of animal populations, so this might not be because of it being a new Great One, however, it is very interesting. And then I spotted not 1, but 2 level 5 fallow deer on my map. Now, yesterday I did a run around in a few areas, where one of them was I visited yesterday evening, so it was very fresh in my memory, and the deer in that zone were completely new, and there was a level 5 in that zone. Well, there's no way that I would have missed a huge level 5 fallow deer that was standing in that zone. So my thought is that they have reset their population, at least on Awaroa. So I'm very interested to see if I'm basically going to spend the rest of the day running around and checking red deer and fallow deer populations on both Hirschfelden and Tay, but the fallow deer dude set definitely seems to have been reset. This is that one level 5 that I was talking about. I was here yesterday evening, kind of looking around, just checking that I had most of the fallow zones on this map actually already discovered. And yeah, I came to this zone and there was no level 5. I came here and the first thing I see this morning is a level 5. So that really does make me think that they have changed something with the fallow deer in their population file. But as I said, it might not be because it's a great one fallow deer. They've reset collared peccary and pheasants, and I don't think that either of those are going to be the new great one, especially because they're not on Hirsch or Te Awaroa. So it's very interesting. I am keeping an eagle-like watch on the Discord channels in the official Hunter Discord and other Hunter Discords. Basically keeping an eye because someone will get lucky enough and find an initial spawn one, or unfortunately it may get hacked in by someone, but I'm sure that within not very long we will know what the great one is, and I will of course make an update video and talk about it and start a grind for it. And I will not be resting until I can try and get one of these new great ones on the ground to show to you guys. But yeah, 2 diamond fallow deer whilst checking Te Awaroa to see if there was anything to discover. Really, really interesting. But also in the comments, please let me know if you do find any of the new hints that are going to be clues for the next big update. Please let me know if you do find any. I would be very interested to hear all about it and yeah, see what we think that the next content update's going to be. That is going to be it for this quick recap and update video, guys. I hope this has been in some way useful and informative. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys again soon.